Hey folks, today I'm on the boat. It's Monday, June 19th, and I wanted to come into the boat, and somebody had pointed out that on my Autopilot display there is a helm indicator, a rudder indicator up on the top here. And the reason I sort of discounted that was I bought one of these for my 3288 that I bought it last summer, the EV150 system, and it didn't come with a rudder position sensor, and so that part, while it existed on mine, actually didn't work because I didn't have the rudder position indicator sensor on the device and on my system. But apparently this one does. So as you can see, it shows there's no indication of right or left helm, so I must be in midships. So now when I start turning the helm here, you can actually see the rudder indicator going green to starboard. So now I've got 15 degrees of helm on, 20 degrees of helm, etc. And then when I go the other way, I can get back to my midships position and then go to 15 degrees port, 20 degrees port, and then we can go back to midships. And of course, when you're driving with opposing engines and approaching and all that, you normally would be at midships, and then do all of your throttles and gearing astern and forward to dock yourself into position. So this is all well and good, except for this is the lower helm on my boat here, and I almost never drive down here because the visibility is not as good as it is up on the flybridge. So this boat used to have an A-Series 10-inch MFD multifunction device that showed charts and all that stuff, and I'm sure it probably repeated the rudder position indicator up on that display. But when I bought the boat, that unit was shot, so the touch screen on it was cooked. I think it was up in the sun too long. It looked like it was quite sun faded, and the unit is a dud. So really all I've got is a Raymarine Autopilot here and a depth indicator. I do have a Raymarine VHF as well, and then my radar is Raytheon. But what I have on the pilotage, or up on the flybridge, is a handheld remote for that device. But as you can see, the device has got a very minimal display. So it doesn't indicate what your helm, it doesn't repeat what the helm indicator is. I guess they trusted that the MFD would do that. And I've tried all kinds of different menus and page settings on here. So if you go to menu, I can show all data, select, and of course you scroll through it all, and I can turn the autopilot on. So it shows you your heading. Of course, we're not moving right now, so it's probably going to throw it for a loop. So I don't have anything programmed. I mean, I don't do cross-track error and waypoints and all that stuff. It's just a dumb autopilot for the time being, because I don't have an MFD to tie it all together. And yeah, I'm pretty much done with Raymarine. I did get this other handheld one, which is as a spare. The guy told me it was working, and of course when I turn it on, the display is half gone, and if I run it for 5 minutes, you almost see nothing on the display. So at the very least, I've got a spare circuit board, possibly a battery, and then I also have the receive transmit unit in case the one here on the boat goes deaf. But the display on this one is shot, so it's a good thing the display on mine still works. I mean, I think it does work, but I mean, you can't really see the display, so what's the point of it if you don't know whether you're in autopilot or out or whatever? So that's just a parts unit. But this is the one that came with the boat. It still functions quite well, but it's a very bare bone thing, so I can't see my rudder indicator from up on the flybridge, and that is the crux of my problem. So I'm looking for a solution to be able to find out where my rudder is at prior to departure, make sure I am midships. So I guess what I can do is go down below and put it in midships and then figure it out from there. But I still like to, when I'm underway, know where my helm is, especially in high currents and all that kind of stuff. So my solution is, I've been looking at these Davis rudder position indicators, but the problem with them is this is a hydraulic system, and the hydraulic systems drift, so you can't go by the same position on your steering wheel. But it could work for maybe 10-15 minutes or 20 minutes as I depart. But I'm looking for actually a sensor system to tap into my helm. So maybe I might need to have some sort of a Raymarine device in order to figure out how I'm going to see where my rudder angle is when I'm up on the flybridge, where I drive 99% of the time. So there you go. There's the crux of my problem, and that's what I've got on the boat. And when I did go down below, I can go down into the cave here. This is the spare berth. You can see the magnetic sensor up here, and that ties into a device, and I don't have the lights on here, but that is actually the right there, if you can see it, is the brains of the Autopilot system. So I would imagine I'll have to look up the manual. I've wrote down the model number, so I'll find out which of each of these inputs are on this. And then, of course, there's the network connections up there. So that's what I have for Autopilot on board Yonder 2. And I would like to be able to sort out this getting a rudder position indicator up on the flybridge. So that's where we're at. Thanks for watching.